The television flickers on, displaying a news anchor with a serious expression. The screen behind her shows a dense, fog-covered reserve illuminated by flashing emergency lights and government vehicles. The tension is palpable as the anchor takes a deep breath before speaking. News anchor, tonight, we bring you breaking and horrifying news from the outskirts of a remote wildlife reserve where 25 people have been found dead under what officials are describing as highly unusual circumstances. No survivors have been reported. Her voice trembles slightly, and the camera shifts to aerial shots of the reserve. The thick fog obscures most of the scene, but glimpses of black helicopters, armored vehicles, and emergency personnel are visible through the haze. The entire area is cordoned off, and the frantic movement of people in and out of the dense forest suggests chaos. News anchor, the details are still emerging, but what we do know is that a secret government unit, known only to a few, has taken over the investigation. This unit, shrouded in secrecy, has been deployed to handle what they are calling an unprecedented situation. Local authorities have been completely removed from the scene, and even the FBI has declined to comment. The screen cuts to a shaky handheld camera shot of a military helicopter lifting off, carrying what appear to be body bags. The camera zooms in, and the viewer can see the silhouettes of heavily armed personnel standing guard, their faces obscured by helmets and masks. The atmosphere is tense, almost suffocating. News anchor, what could have been so extreme, so beyond the norm, that it required the involvement of such a covert and unknown unit? Families of the victims are desperate for answers, but so far, there has been only silence from officials. The anchor's voice cracks slightly as she continues, and the camera zooms back to her somber face. News anchor, 25 people. 25 lives lost in the most terrifying circumstances imaginable. And yet, we are being kept in the dark. What happened in those woods? What did they encounter? And why is the government so determined to keep it from us? The camera switches back to more footage of the reserve, now showing a convoy of black SUVs speeding down a forest road, lights flashing. The scene feels more like a covert operation in hostile territory than an investigation on domestic soil. News anchor, leaning forward, her expression serious, if this unit is involved, then whatever they found must have been extraordinary, something that the public must not see. But what could be so horrific that it needs to be hidden? The screen fades to black as the broadcast ends. For a moment, the silence is heavy, almost unbearable. Then, white text appears on the dark screen, some things are better left in the shadows.